Hello, everyone. This is the Apathetic Life podcast, joined to you by your hosts Justin, Martin, and Paul. And today we'll be talking about movies. So, the whole reason or motivation for this topic was last week at SPPS we had a movie day. Which, first off, did your schools have a movie day before SPPS?
No.
No.
Way.
Do you like that we have movie day?
Oh wait, yeah, I kinda do. I get to bail out.
It's alright. Back in elementary school, on the last day of school, we'd watch movies, but besides that, no movie day really.
Alright, seriously, I think it's a really good idea. I think it really bonds the entire school together, going out and having like more cultural experiences like this. And I think other schools should have it too.
I did have a good time.
Yeah.
Everybody said they had a good time. Yeah.
It was so the movie was decided to be Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Sorry, it came out in America in 2022, but only in 2023 this year in Korea. It was still in theaters. It's for all ages, and so because we are connected with a middle school, the school decided that we would watch this movie, and I really liked it. So me and Paul are the ones who've seen this movie.
Yeah.
And did you see the first one? The first Puss in Boots?
No, I've never even seen the Shrek movie. Like this was my first Shrek movie, thankfully.
Okay. So I'm the only one that's seen 2 Shrek movies and 2 Puss in Boots.
Shrek movies. I saw Shrek.
Okay.
One.
The good thing about this film is that unlike every other Marvel film these days, you
Hey.
don't need to see everything else in the universe
Yeah.
to understand the plot. Very standalone.
Is the Shrek MCU really complex?
No, it's actually pretty straightforward. Like complex in the sense that there are more than one story
Yeah.
kind of moving on. Like there is several plot lines throughout the movie.
And character arcs.
Yeah, and character arcs. But it's an hour 40 something minute film. It's all ages. It's targeted for kids. It's not that complex story. So the film starts. Spoilers, by the way, for Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. The movie starts out, Martin. I'm gonna sell this to you. You should.
Yeah.
I do recommend everyone go watch
Alright.
it. The movie starts out with Puss in Boots celebrating in little Tarvin,
Yeah.
and then the people love him because he's a cat and he's a hero.
Actually, it's the governor's house.
Because he's like a Robin Hood character.
Yeah.
He steals from the rich and gives it to the poor.
Yeah.
So he would, he's holding a party at the governor's house.
Yeah.
Because the governor's, I don't know, apparently he's a bad dude. And then, he does a party. The governor finds out, he gets angry, and they somehow awaken a giant living nearby.
Yeah.
The giant tries to kill Puss in Boots, but then Puss in Boots is the courageous hero, and he defeats the giant. But in doing so, Belle falls on him, and then he dies.
Ding
Ah.
dong.
And then,
But he has 9 lives because he's a cat.
yeah. So the
Right?
whole premise
Yeah, I
is
know
that
that
Puss, the giant ending his life was his 8th life.
Oh.
So he used up 8 of them, and now he's on his last.
Oh, that's why. A lot of my philosopher friends were really psychoanalyzing the hell out of this movie. They were talking about mortality about this movie. Now, I actually kind of got curious. They say it's a really philosophical movie in some aspect.
Yeah, that's where we get the main plot line or character arc for Puss.
Although somehow he has no PTSD from dying 8 times. Like, if I died 8 times, I'd be crumpled up on a couch and I'd constantly be talking to a therapist. Like,
But then that's the whole aspect of Puss comes in. You see, well, if I keep going on with the story, the whole plot is that he's on his 8th life, and a wolf named Death is chasing after him, trying to kill him.
Wait, is his name Death, meaning he symbolizes death?
No, he's literally deaf. Yeah.
literally deaf. Like, he even says this: "I'm literally deaf, not symbolically, not metaphorically, just deaf."
Yeah, that's the quote.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna mention that later, and then
Nice.
we're gonna go with the story anyways. So Death tries to kill Puss, and then Puss hears about this last wish, a wishing star,
Yeah.
hidden somewhere in the forest that grants a wish to the user, and then
User?
Yeah, user. It's like 1 star, and if you wish on it, it just disappears.
God, I love to find out the Wish Stars user base. That would be amazing.
Actually, for magic lamps, they grant you 3 wishes, not just 1.
I mean, yeah, but it's the whole like world of this universe, DreamWorks universe, is based on like fairy tales.
Yeah.
And
Aladdin's
Wishing
fairy
Star.
tale.
Yeah.
I like
I mean-
fairy tales. Fairy tales are really cool. The most people give credit for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a very it's a kid story. Wishing stars exist. Anyways, let me go on. So Puss tries to go find this wishing star, and to wish for his lives to return and to stop death from chasing him. And so that's the main plot. Then the side plots come out where on his way to get the star, obviously it's a very sought after commodity. A bunch of other characters want this star too.
It's kind of like an NFT.
I mean,
Imagine an NFT that's actually useful.
Wow.
I mean, if you think about it, they could have just used one of their wishes to be like, I wish for the wishing star to grant more than one wish.
So anyways, Puss tries to get the wishing star, and then some other characters such as the Goldilocks family. The three bears and Goldilocks.
Oh.
Apparently they're a family now, and they're bounty hunters. And
They're bounty hunters?
they're bounty
What?
hunters.
It's like a mafia family, really. Like, for example, The Godfather.
Yeah, it's like a whole family.
Luke
Like,
guys
it's
now sleeping
So
with the fishes.
they're the Goldilocks family, organized crime.
yeah, they are.
They're the
And then
coordinate-
you have
Yeah.
what was his name?
Big Jack Horner.
Yeah, Big Jack Horner.
Based off of Little Jack Horner, the guy who sat in the corner and put his thumbs in pies.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah, you don't know. I didn't know either. I'll get to it. And then you have Kitty Softpaw, which is a original character they introduced in the first film.
Ah.
You just think about she's like the female version of Puss.
Oh.
But yeah, just typical heroine. And then you have Puss's sidekick, Pietro.
Benito.
Yeah, Benito the dog.
Benito?
Benito.
Yeah,
Oh.
Perito is Spanish for puppy, I think.
It's not.
Anyways,
Okay. Wait, Perito?
Perito.
Oh, I thought Benito like Mussolini.
No,
No, it's
Perito.
Perito, like,
Oh.
it's pronounced that way in Spanish.
That
Yeah, that's puppy in Spanish. I
yeah.
think.
Mentioning that's one kind of problem I had. I don't take Spanish, so
I take Spanish.
yeah, half the
Yeah,
film being in
Perito is
Spanish
puppy.
was not great for me, but
I mean, Puss is played by Antonio Banderas.
yeah, it's very Spanish, and I like it. It's a style.
And
but-
who's
He's
Anthony?
played by Salma Hayek, I think.
Who's Anthony?
Antonio
Oh,
Banderas, you don't know
he's
him?
just a voice actor.
Okay.
He's great. And so they all chase after this, star, and then the story unfolds of they all trying to get to the star. So that's the whole premise.
Okay.
And then
Simple
I like,
story.
yeah, I like to go back to the whole mortality thing that you mentioned before.
Yeah.
So it's portrayed in the film that every time Puss dies, he takes on slight of different personality
Yeah.
in each life. So in one life he was like a drunkard, and one life he was like a bodybuilder, and one life he was like a singer, and then like the most recent life he was like all hell bent on being courageous and and stuff like that. And because his personality is very happy-go-lucky and
Yeah.
very confident, very suave, he doesn't fear death. Like, to quote him, like, I
Puss
laugh.
in Death laughs at the in the face of death.
Yeah, he laughs in the face of death. And so that's why he wasn't scared for the past 8 lives. But now he meet death, and death literally tries to kill you. You're kind of scared now.
Yeah.
And so he retires from being Puss in Boots.
Oh.
And I really like that scene where you might have seen the posters where he has his hat and his boots.
Yeah, yeah.
He buries them and then
Oh.
says Puss in Boots is now dead, which I really liked. It
The
was,
retirement lasts for approximately 10 minutes.
I mean, yeah, but like,
There's this really famous philosophical question that is mortality what gives life its meaning? And I saw a lot of people discussing that about this movie.
yeah,
He buries his identity because he's afraid of death.
yeah. In one sense, Puss in Boots already,
Yeah, he
lost
kills
his
himself
life-
because he's
life
afraid to
life,
die.
yeah. And I really like that scene because it sort of differentiates the Puss himself and the Puss in Boots character.
Also,
You're
in
kind
the,
of
in the opening song, Puss in Boots sings about never being touched by a blade. So when he actually gets touched by a blade when death attacks him, he feels fear for the first time.
yeah, it's like this PTSD speed run
Yeah.
where
Any percent.
yeah, any person speed run of being traumatized. And I would like imagine like big bad wolf shows up saying, "I'm dead," and tries to kill you.
Well, he didn't reveal he was deaf until like midway into the movie, I think.
No, he said that he was dead in the start. So that was one aspect I really liked.
But he retires and then goes out on this journey without his gear.
No, he retires into a cat lady's home.
Oh.
So a cat lady takes him in, but then
he's in a retirement home.
yeah,
Oh
like
my
for
God.
cats, basic technicalities.
Yeah.
But then Goldilocks' family wants to hire him to find a map for the wishing star.
Yeah, the Corleone.
Yeah, but then he's retired,
Yeah.
and so he just hears about it, and so he follows them, and then they hire Kitty Softpaws, the female Puss in Boots, and then she has the map, and that's where the map comes in, and then that's where Jack Horner hears about it, and then that's where the whole journey starts.
How does it end though?
Yeah, I'll go to the ending. So Shala, they all have their conflicts. They go to the little star at the end, and they reveal each like family's wishes. So Goldilocks, the Corleones,
Yeah.
Goldilocks reveals that because she wants to have a family of her own because she lives with bears. The whole premise is that the little Goldilocks was taken in by the bears because she was an orphan, and then they lived together.
That's literally The Godfather.
So
that was
life
pretty
was
deeper than I thought.
unbearable.
It was so unbearable for them.
Nice.
So Goldilocks decided that she wanted a real human family now, and it wasn't revealed. You could sort of see it, but I mean there was a lot of metaphors and stuff like that to explain the situation. But that was her wish. Obviously, we know Puss's wish to get his lives back. Jack Horner's wish is for him to get all the magic in the world.
Yeah, he's irredeemably evil.
Yeah,
Get
that's
all
what he
the
said.
magic in the world? That
So-
sounds like what a drug addict would say.
Okay, yeah, just
I already
he's
read
the Jack
so
Horner's the
much
very
of it.
typical bad guy who's
Yeah.
bad for no reason. I kind of liked him for that because he's the perfect antagonist. Because he's
Is he like bad? Just
yeah
He
he's
represents
bad, and his backstory is that nobody heard of him even though he's a popular nursery rhyme, and Pinocchio is so popular, and he saw Pinocchio and said, that wooden doll who's not even a human is more popular than me. So he got angry, and
wait. So
this-
is Death not the antagonist?
Death
That's
is
really
only the
interesting.
antagonist for Puss. Like nobody else really interacts with Death,
Oh,
and
that's really interesting.
that's where the multiple plotline comes in, where you have
Yeah, and
Puss
for
is
other kids, it's their last life too, but only for Puss, it's the antagonist. That's
Yeah.
really interesting.
So for the reason why Death fought after Puss was because, like I said, he didn't really value his life.
Yeah. I mean, I
the
wouldn't
first
too if I
eight.
had 9.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but because he didn't value his life so much, Death wanted to teach Puss a lesson. And so once Puss decides at the end, spoilers, Puss decides at the end that he's not gonna make a wish.
Why? Why would he do that?
I'll get to that. He
Waste-
decides they are not gonna make a wish,
Yeah.
and so Death,
Loser.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Death decides that you now treasure life, and so he just walked away.
That's it?
Ending is a bit anticlimactic, but I'll
Yeah.
explain why he.
It's a metaphor kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a metaphor kind of thing
For
where
what?
apparently, Kitty Softpaws and Puss in Boots were originally gonna get married
Yeah.
before the film starts,
Okay.
but then Puss didn't attend.
Well,
The
not
wedding.
the kitty, really.
Why?
Yeah, but
He
technically,
ran away from the altar.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he was too afraid to be committed, and that's
Oh.
actually a common
Yeah.
thing we happen to see in real life too.
Yeah.
And I was actually very surprised they included that in the kids' film. Like, do they understand? But for all the non-kids
Yeah.
watching it,
Well, Burrito also dropped a bunch of bombs, I think, like a bunch of square bombs.
I mean,
And that's-
DreamWorks either makes like the best movie you've ever seen or the worst movie you've ever seen.
I mean,
There's
yeah,
no middle ground.
Shrek 3. You seen that? No. Okay. Anyways, so at the end,
Yeah.
apparently Kitty's wish was to her to find someone she could trust to. And at the end, they decide they're gonna trust on each other, and then Puss is gonna devote his final life to be with her. So it's very like romantic ending.
And Burrito there.
Ah, he's kind
Yeah,
of a
Burrito's
loser.
there
real.
too.
Well, what does he do with the wish?
The wish
Just-
sort of
it's
like
just-
self implodes on its
It's like
own.
buying an NFT to delete it.
Yeah, and Goldilocks decides that she already has a family. She doesn't need a new one.
Yeah, and Goldilocks like finds meaning in her bear family, and decides she already has a lovely family on her own. And Jack Horner just sort of disappeared.
I think the ending could have been better.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's a bit anticlimactic, but everyone gets some sort
I mean,
of closure.
but that means the entire movie was kind of redundant. Like, it was kind of useless.
No, because Puss had his character arc. If you see the first movie, he's very cocky,
Yeah.
and that's his whole growth. But the whole like with every protagonist, every cocky on the outside, inside he's very soft. And I think this movie, they really showed off like a different version of the hero's journey, where he's already the hero, but this time he's not saving the world. He's only trying to find meaning in his life, on his last life. Another thing I wanted to mention was the animation. It's actually really good. You've seen
Yeah,
DreamWorks animation, right?
Yeah.
They're
They're the best.
Yeah,
They and Pixar are the best.
they did their best,
Yeah.
absolutely best. If you've seen Into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Ah.
Spider-Man, you might have not seen that one, but it's basically
It looks like a comic book, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
very there's like the normal scenes where like people talk. Those are very classic DreamWorks style,
Yeah.
but in sort of like the more action scenes or where Puss like moves around, especially like in the first giant fight, those are very animated.
I
and
heard they have great like hair animation. The hairs look really good.
I mean, you have a movie about cats. The cats are very cute. Like they're very cute, and like overall, all the fight scene animations, they'll have the flash lines like normal comics do.
Yeah.
They're very zoomed in. Their frame rates are different to give emphasis on movement. Overall, good animation style. I just wish they did that for the entire film, because it's kind of jarring to see different frame rates just for fight scene. Then you're like, okay, this is a fight scene now.
Yeah.
And then it's like watching a cutscene playing a video
Yeah.
game. Like you're like moving around and cutscene plays and like, oh, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
that was my kind of sort of opinions and psychoanalysis. I still think it's a really good film.
Yeah.
It's just right. The film was just right.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, not too cold,
simple,
not too hot,
complicated,
yeah.
just
It was
right.
just right. It was a great all ages film. I'll recommend to literally all ages. They made an
A
amazing
lot
film.
of children's movies and books are really more better than you think they.
Yeah,
A lot
like-
of people just undermine them because they're for kids.
If you're a kid, you're gonna have a fun time watching Puss in Boots. If
Yeah.
you're an adult or like a high schooler like us, you're gonna have a fun time analyzing all the characters and all their past PTSDs.
Yeah.
And anyways, that's probably gonna be the end for this discussion. Bottom line again, go watch Puss in Boots. It's that good.
All right.
And see you next week.
Bye.
Bye bye.